Hello everyone, I'm Denise Love, and today is an art prompt challenge day. So I love doing these for pushing outside my own boundaries, trying new things that I might not have thought of, and wait until you see the fun stuff that we create today. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and pull the 3 prompts that we're going to use, and I'll tell you right now, I pulled one out because I'm feeling good about it, the abstract prompt. So I'm feeling abstracty today, so I already knew I was going to do that, but I don't know what else I want to push myself for. So that's prompt number 1, abstract, and then let's just pull another one. I'm not looking at these at all. I'm going to turn them around so I can't even really see them. We could even like shuffle them, but just trust me, I don't know what's going on here. Let's just pull them out and see what we get. Okay, okay, there we go. There's our 3 prompts. This is the Color Meditation deck by Lisa Solomon. You can also pull your prompts from the prompt cards that you made. I've got my own little art heart prompt sitting over here. I could have pulled it from those. And we could have done lots of random circles and stuff. So if you've made your own prompt cards, those are fun also. But I'm having a lot of fun in this little set because I don't know what they all are. I haven't read through them to see what they are, so that they're a surprise to me when I pull them out. And I kind of like that surprise bit. So the Color Meditation deck by Lisa Solomon, super fun. Okay, let's see what we got today. So today I know we're doing abstract. I already told you we were doing that no matter what. And then this looks like we're gonna have scale and organization. Oh, it's a parameter card. Okay, I was thinking it was gonna be X's. Fun. This is really a choose your own adventure parameter, an exploration of size and or spacing. You decide. The 3 examples shown, just a few ways to play with scale and organization. I love how all 3 of these use X's, but each end up with a completely different look and feel. Okay, so super cool. Okay, so we're gonna play abstract, we're gonna play with size and scale, and then, ooh, arches. Okay, arches are one of my favorite go-to meditation shapes because they offer an easy starting point. It's a single move with a brush, uncomplicated, effortless, and easy to adjust and personalize. Okay, so I'm liking that. Okay, so we have scale, we're gonna do abstracts, and we need to fit in some arches. Okay, love that. Let me go ahead and get my paper tape down and see what supplies I'm gonna work in today, and I'll be right back. So I believe that I am gonna play in these Kuretake Art Nouveau watercolors because I haven't used them in a while, which you might not know that having the videos come out like they are, but I haven't used them in a while. And I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll play in a colorway. So maybe we could play in, say, these pink and purpley kind of colors, or maybe we could play in the blue-green colors. And I don't know, what are you thinking? I'm thinking that on the last big challenge that we did on these, we did shades of blue, so why don't we do like these shades in here of these pinks and purples and stuff. And I have a little piece of watercolor paper here that we can kind of look at these and see what colors we've got. So to see what do we actually want here. Ooh, see, I like that. Okay, and then I kind of like this one that's like a, I don't know, do I like that? Maybe I don't like that. Then there's this orange. Ooh, maybe the orange. There's this kind of buff Titan color. Okay, so that was actually a pretty color, this kind of buttery yellow. And I like these colors in here, that little pop of purple. Maybe this pop of green gold. We're going to call that green gold. I don't know what it actually is. Number 405. So I think we're just going to play in these and see what we get. Let's just be brave. Okay, so I got some water back here that I'm dipping in. That was clean. I've actually got 2 of these in case. I like to keep more than one water around. Let me just wet these again. I'm kind of activating them, but now that I know what colors I'm going to be in, let's just really get some water in there. And then let's just be brave, just to get started. Okay, so I have a piece of 10 by 14, I think it's 10 by 14. It's the bigger Inktense Heritage watercolor pad. I've just cut the page in half and taped both down because I'm just going to do a set of 2, kind of like I did in that other art prompt one. And we're just going to get started here. And don't forget, we can pick these up and we can make some of this drip and run. And we're going to do some mixed media fun stuff on top of these. We could do stencils. We could do acrylic inks. We could do pastels. I've got some Inktense blocks over here that I pulled out because I'm like, ooh, maybe a time for some Inktense. Oh, see, look at this. And I like working on cotton paper because it stays wet a little longer and you start seeing the colors move and blend, which is kind of fun. They start to kind of do some fun stuff like that right there. Oh, let's just go for it. At this point, I'm not really worried about where I'm putting stuff. I was kind of going for, you know, a colorway that I wanted, so I was deciding on colors before we even started. But other than that, I'm not thinking super hard about where I put these because it's kind of like the initial layer, and I know that as we go, we're going to have other stuff on top, and then that's when I can make other decisions like how do I pull this piece together. See, I'm kind of wondering if I throw this bright color in it, is it going to ruin it? Because it's a weird color. Like, I want to love this color so much. And sometimes, man, I love this color. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, that was a mistake. I know you know what I mean. I know you've done that too. But now that I've kind of got it in there, whoa, really liking it on this one. All right, seeing some successes here with this color. Oh, I'm really loving this one here. Okay, at the point that you think, okay, I've got the abstract part of that in, is there anything else that I need to add to this? Do we want to make any colors super dominant? Do I want to save for the mark making on top to really, you know, bring anything out? Do we need to put anything else in there? Ooh, do I want to drip water on any of these and make them bloom? So we could do that. We could really make these bloom. You want to do this when it's damp, not when it's sopping wet. But we can start just kind of seeing what that color would do with extra water dripped on it. Okay, I'm loving that. Okay, that's a great first layer. I'm already liking it. All right, let's just pull the water out of my brush here while we look at this. We're gonna let this dry, and I think I'm gonna layer on top of it. So now we've got our abstract part of that. Now we're looking at size and scale and these yummy rainbow shapes, arches. Okay, all right, let's let this dry and I'll be right back. All right, this is dry. And I'm kind of looking at it thinking, okay, what do I want to add in here to make this super pretty? Because I want it to be pretty. You could be, you know, grungy. You could be on the ugly side of art. If you're one of those that thinks it's not art unless it's ugly, do your thing. But I like pretty stuff, and I like dots. So I'm feeling like some Posca pen dots. And this is my white Posca pen, and it's in the 0.7 millimeter size. I think this is the extra fine pen, and I like it because of the very fine dots that it makes. So I'm kind of thinking dots in the purple areas. Let's start over here. I always work this way, and I should work this way. Oh, look at the dots. Okay, I'm loving the dots. Now, I'm almost thinking that because it said, you know, parameters, small and large, some kind of big circle thing might be fun. So I could either do like circles with this, or I could do like coffee cup kind of stained circles. I have this stencil that we could use as, because because I'm thinking that's, you know, a tiny circle, a dot. I have a stencil that I've got some coffee stained looking pieces. So that's one option. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Another option. I knew you knew this was coming. Punchinella! That could totally be scale. Is the little tiny dots, is the great big dots. All right, so you know that's coming some point. These Punchinella or the halftone circles. You already felt that one coming. Okay, so I feel like that gets me into my scale one. Gotcha. Oh my goodness. And don't forget we have arches. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe I want to either play in pastels or, because I'm obsessed with the pastels lately. You know what? I'm just feeling it. Let's just go for it. Let's just do it, because that's where I'm feeling the love at the moment. Let's see what colors I got here. I'm looking for like this light pink, which might be this one. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling that. Or let's see what other color we got here. Or we could do purple. I'm kind of loving this, but I don't know that it's going to show up. Okay, so I don't think that'll show up. So what about, ooh, whatever this deep color is, what about this color? This is, I don't know what this is. Let's see, here we go, number 216. I mean, that could be our little circles. Okay, so let's consider that. I also have some Inktense. Ooh, I could also do this color. Oh, but I feel like I could do, okay, now instead of the Punchinella, I'm going to do big splotches of color, which I feel like I've done, but I don't care. I'm feeling those two colors. Look at that. Those are super fun. Purple and green. I actually think that this is the same color as this one. Oh yeah, number 206. Let's use the one I've already got out. How about that? Ooh, look at this color. Look at this color. This kind of like lipstick pink. Oh, look at these. Ah, isn't that a color palette? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and put some arches in here somehow. I'm actually thinking like, what if... Okay, so do it on the one that's your least favorite first. And then if you don't love it, don't do it on your favorite one. This is why I do too. And I pick which one is my favorite. I have a fingerprint on this somehow. I don't know where that fingerprint came from. Oh no. Which is the nice thing about cotton paper. We can erase stuff on it, and it's probably on my hand here. And I could wet it with clean water and see if that will come back up. Let's see. Won't be my favorite if I can't get that up. Oh, look at that. See? Comes right up. That's the nice thing about cotton paper. You can have a little bit of room there with stuff getting on here. Okay, so I did not actually love this purple, but now that we've committed to it, let's just go ahead. Oh, look at that. And let's just let it do something. And then we can say, you know what, we did the prompt. Might not have loved it, but we did it. Because I don't think I loved I'll tell you what I don't love about it. It's not the color. It's the texture. But maybe when I'm done, I'll look at that later and say, oh, I do love that texture. So don't judge it based on a first viewing. Because you don't know how many times I've looked at stuff and thought, oh, I really did love that. And who knew I would love that, because I wasn't expecting that. But first viewing, I'm not loving that. So maybe try the arches and something else. If you're looking at this, see, you're like learning from the things that I'm doing here. Okay, I want to use this color somehow. I'm feeling like maybe I want to do little circles. Oh, see now, little circles. Fun, because then you get close and you're like, what is that doing? And you get close and you're like, oh, there's a circle and there's another color under it, because I'm doing it in a way that you can kind of see edges and stuff under it. Okay, I'm loving that. A+ on that. And that gets into our little circle, big circle dynamic, which fills our parameter that we picked. Oh yeah, see, loving that. All right, I'm feeling that over here. Let's go over here with that. Now I'm scared to put my hand on my piece. So let's get our handy dandy paint stick out. This is just a 5-gallon paint stir stick that I got from the paint store, but it's perfect because I can put my hand on it, just hold it up from your paper, and then you can have a hand rest and not have your hand on any of the artwork that you have already done. It's totally a art saving technique. Ooh, see, I like that. That's nice. Kind of feeling like over here. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, okay, now I do like that quite a bit. I mean, really, these little purple things were the only thing I didn't love. Alright, so I'm not going to do the purple one on this, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do our big arches on that, but we might do it in something else like maybe graphite or Posca pen or whatever it is that you have that you love, because I'm almost thinking like I could do some of these as a mark making element, much less dramatic than we did on the purple, and I would have liked it better, I think. But you're not going to know these things until you try it. Okay, so I'm actually loving that. Like, you wouldn't know that you loved it or didn't love it till you tried it. And now I tried it and I'm like, okay, today it's not my favorite, but tomorrow I might look at that and think, what was I thinking? That's fantastic. Aha. Got it in both of them now. We got little, big, little, big, little, big. We got our arch element. We got our abstract element. So, let's go through and put some of these over here. Bet you didn't think I'd get all three of them in, because on that last art prompt challenge, or one of those, I actually threw out one of the prompts because I'm like, I'm there without it. Today, though, I was kind of determined to fit them all in no matter what. So I picked a prompt I knew I wanted to do anyway, which technically just would have been me getting started, but we'll pull a prompt and call it a prompt. Then there's two more to go with it. We like it. You just got to tease and play with yourself sometimes. See, and I love this piece right here. This could be a piece that in the end I'm like, I'm going to cut this up. So you never know. All right, now, what do we want to do next? Do we want to come back in here with, say, some black Posca pen? We could add some other elements like that. Ooh, I could come in with some colored Posca pen if I wanted to. See, I've got some black here. We could come in with colored Posca pen if we had some other marks and stuff that we wanted to do. What do we want to do? All right, let me think for a moment and I'll be back. Okay, I'm actually thinking, what if I pulled in like a surprise element or color? Like maybe a teal, like a surprise, like a bird or a V or a... Just gonna see here what some of these colors look like. Oh, see, now that's fun, but that might be too... I want it to be a contrasting color. So let's not do that. I want it to definitely contrast. I want it to be, ooh, I'm kind of liking, I don't know, I kind of like that first one I did. I'm kind of thinking like, what if just as an element in here, maybe little V's, or they could be little birds. As another little element of, oh, what you got going on there. Okay, so I actually do like this. So now that I did it on the least favorite, let's do it on the most favorite. Kind of feeling like in that green gold color. So we'll go ahead and overlap those like they're kind of flying through. I like that. Oh yeah, see, that's just a nice little surprise. Okay, I like that. And then We could have some lines. I'm kind of thinking, what if, okay, I've got a little black Posca pen. You can use any kind of pen. You can use like a micron pen. I've got a King Art Inkline pen that came from one of the boxes that I got. But I got the Posca pen. I like the Posca pen. Let's do some lines. We could do some botanical work in here. If you like doing botanicals in your piece, that would be fun. We could do something like a line through a piece and maybe some leaf veins or flowers. Like pick a color that like that was the leaf. I like that. Or we could have come through and drawn a vine and drawn some leaves off that vine. So that's super fun, just a little element in there. And you can draw and doodle until your heart's content. We could also do some black dot work if we wanted to add, say, some more elements as a contrast to, say, our white dot work. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Okay, I'm liking that. All right, and then we could look at it and say, is there any stencil work I want to do on top of this? I'm kind of feeling half-tone circles. I'm feeling those right here. Until one day when I'm like, I don't like the half-tone circles anymore, but man, I don't know when that day is going to come because I love it. So, of course, we'll put out the paste and let's just gold it up because I'm feeling gold. Gold, always gold. Always love the extra element on top. It's like a yummy little surprise. Oh my gosh. Definitely makes a piece for me. I'm definitely a gold dot girl. Oh, I love that. Okay, this one is so pretty. Now I'm like, I don't want to mess it up. But I do want some gold over here. And then that might be good for me. I might be ready to say, okay, I love it. And I'm just using a dry artist sponge with my Tim Holtz halftone circle stencil. See, that one's even better. It kind of went around. This one I got really straight with. Oh, ooh, let's go this way. I'm feeling that one on this one. So try not to like go straight, like go around and circly and oh, see, that one's feeling so pretty. Look at that. This one I've got some random stuff outside of my piece that I don't love. Oh, this one, super pretty. Okay, so now you just got to look at it and say, do I have enough layers? Do I want to add something else on top of that? I'm kind of feeling like this feels pretty good. So I might say, okay, for this one today, this was a good paint day. I love doing art prompts and intuitive painting because the days that I'm painting are so good. And to finish this, you know, I have those oil pastels on there. So I would use some of this Sennelier oil pastel fixative on top of at least the places where that fixative is, but I'll take it outside and do a thin layer and take it outside and do a thin layer because this is what is going to make that oil pastel firm up and kind of dry to the touch so it doesn't stay tacky and wet forever. So that's how I'm going to finish these. But let's go ahead and peel the tape and see what we got. I do feel like I was a little bit messy on the paper on this one. I need to be careful like that. But now that we're done, this one's my favorite anyway. But I knew as I was painting them, I was like, this one's going to be the favorite. Kind of like this vine in this one though. Like that vine I could have worked that vine in over here. I love the little tiny pop of teal. That's like a nice little surprise. Like what color can you pop in there as your surprise color? I like the little bit of bling bling. All right, let's see what we got here. Roar! The slower you go, the better it peels. I just went way too fast on that, so I just thought I'd mention that. And when you've got it in the center, peel one way and then peel the other so that it doesn't grab the edge of that tape there. And then just go nice and slow so you don't tear your paper. Look at those. Totally outside my normal color palette. See if there's anything on here we can just... But see, look at that. Whoa! Now that's really pretty. I'm pretty happy with that one. And then this one, okay, I'm still thinking I did not like that purple line, but I don't hate it. But this one, I like love, love. And as a pair, super pretty. So I hope you have fun with today's art prompt challenge. We're doing abstract, we're doing scale and organization, so big and little, and some arches. Can't wait to see what you're creating. Definitely hit that subscribe button to my channel, and I'll see you next time.